All right. Welcome to our team call. It is June 15th, and I'm going to ask Heather Watson to share, and I might just save it because I think it's better when she tells it. But my point to having her share is I get goosebumps when I talk about it. We want to offer people weight loss or whatever they need in the moment, and she did get started for just that, right? But it's so much more than that now. She's paying for her son to go to his special needs school, and that is beyond just losing weight. But she needed this for herself just as much as she needed it to have the income potential. So when you're not or when you're afraid to share with people the income opportunity, shame on you, because that is us being selfish. And I did say that on my post yesterday. And I guess I've just gotten to where I don't let it bother me if people aren't interested, because if I plant the seed, maybe eventually they will be. But I wanted to celebrate the people that have one enrollment this week, because on a shake week, that's awesome. And we did sell out rather quickly. And I think it's actually better when it does that, because the next one, it creates that like you have to get it right now kind of thing. Even though I'm not a cookies and cream person, my youngest daughter was like, would you get it for me? And I was like, absolutely, if you're going to drink it. So I got some for her, but let's see. Lindsay has one this week. Heather has one. Mickey, I think that's all that I have right now for those. But do you guys know how to pull up your business blueprint report so you can see who has enrollments? Yeah, everybody can do that. Okay. That way, when someone has one for the month, you want them to get a second one so they at least get the Team Builders Club. Because how cool is it when you have a brand new person that shares with two people, becomes consultant, and they get free essential oils? You know what I mean? Like,
and the new Beginner Builders Club, which I just saw and I was so excited about.
what is it? I didn't see it.
Cindy just posted it. So for beginner builders now, you can get cleanse and hydrate, and then you get a big ant pack for experts. So it's the try, release, repair, knox, and hydrate.
That is beautiful. Yes.
I know, because I'm stocking up on oils a little bit. I'm like, I love the oils, but I can only use like so many of them. So I started giving them away.
Well, it's a good gift. It's a good giveaway probably for us to give, because I have a ton too. Trust me. I didn't really need more either, but the ones I use a lot of is what I ordered like 2 months ago. But yeah, like how beautiful is that they get IsaBody Challenge for free. Then if they share with two people every month, they get another little gift for free. Plus they're going to cycle, plus their PIBs, like sometimes it's overwhelming to be like, okay, you get this, and then you get this, and then you get this. But that's exciting because, I mean, it can really help you, I think, get some manager pretty quickly, if you have two people that want to share with two people, and just enrolling two in your week or in your month, you get an extra little perk. And because, hey, Chris, I'm glad that you're on. I was talking about you. Were your ears burning? You're close to your first 5 cycle bonus. You're muted. Hold on.
I know.
Okay.
The shower or the shake selling out, I was disappointed. So I don't.
You only need 400 BV on one side, and just reach out to people that haven't ordered and maybe, see if they want to get restarted for the shred that's coming up on Monday.
Yeah.
Don't be disappointed. Don't live there. Keep going. We have till Sunday night. What are you talking about?
Okay. Okay. I was building it on the shake, and the shake went away.
Well, yeah, but we can't do that.
Like, I know.
You're great, but you have to, and then if you have enrollments, you know that your PIBs count towards cycles.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So let me remember how this works. You guys correct me. So if you have a value pack, which is $100 PIB, that's one cycle. If you have 2, it would be 3 cycles, because you add up the value and divide it by $54. So 200 divided by 54 would be 3 cycles, I think.
Okay, I'll just keep working, and if it happens, it happens.
There you go. But here's the
I,
beautiful thing. Here's what I was sharing with them that's awesome when people are like, oh, is that a pyramid? You are out earning your enrolling sponsor right now. You have more cycles than Maria. So guess what that means? There's no way it can be a pyramid. Yeah, because I mean, if she doesn't have the inside cycle, you know, her one leg can't keep up with what you're doing, then you're gonna outcycle her. So pretty cool deal.
which is why she never enrolls on my side, huh?
Yeah. She's chasing cycles right now. She, you know, she's not that she,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
It, you
I
know
don't
what,
think
it's,
actively
it's,
working.
it's not about the money,
Right.
you know?
Right. Right. Which is why, like, I was sharing with, like, about Heather. She wasn't able to be on, and maybe next week, if she can be on, I'll have her share. But it's, the money is cool because it benefits our families, you know, it helps us. But really, ultimately, there's a higher calling for us, and we do a lot more than just sell shakes, right?
Yeah.
So that is why, you know, I mean, your life changed forever. I mean, you have muscles like me now.
Sarah, it's not fair because I only do an hour a week.
Oh,
I mean, literally.
well, that's pretty good then.
Well, I
You do way more
know.
than that.
I know. I
Mhm.
know. It's like amazing.
Mhm.
So,
So much about nutrition. So keep sharing your story. And like, I wanted to thank Heather for being vulnerable and sharing, because I know she didn't want at first to share her pictures, and that is normal. Nobody wants to. It's scary. I don't even like to share mine because I know people judge me. They're like, why is she putting her pictures up here? Like, she already looked good before, you know? So I don't do that a lot unless, you know, unless we're in a group, which is probably silly. But it's important for her. It's her growing, you know, we see her growth and we see her, you know, coming out of her shell, and she is freaking hilarious. She's not even on to hear this. I hope she gets to watch it. So that being said, what else can I help you guys with today, since my call kind of changed drastically?
are you open to coaching me on macros?
Yeah, if you want to.
I mean, somehow I think maybe I'm missing something there.
So here's
And
what I like to tell people. So if we want to go into like a coaching call right here, like a 30-day system is really low calories. You cannot live there with 2 shakes, 200-calorie snacks, and a $400 to $600 meal. Like, that is immensely too low for most people, unless you're a really tiny person. And I will tell you, after you hit 50 as a woman, you can't eat nearly as much as you did. So if you run into women who are 50 that say to you, I don't know what happened, all of a sudden I gained all this weight and I didn't change anything, it's because they didn't change anything. Your metabolism does slow down. You have to eat less as you get older. And I would say typically what happens is you turn 50, your kids graduate school, you start going out to dinner more with your husband. And let's be honest, like, even if you try to be healthy at a meal when you're eating out, you're probably still overeating your calories, because everything is really high in calories and fat and whatever, even if you try to be good. So that's why they have that drastic, like, 10 to 20 pound weight gain as soon as they turn 50, or anyone who has a hysterectomy or change in hormones, something like that. So that's where macros come into play a lot. Kendra reached out to me because she has someone who was not losing, who has a lot of weight to lose. And unfortunately, I think she's under eating. So the more you weigh, the more you need to eat, which doesn't really make sense. So, like, if you're someone that's, I don't want to give the number, but whatever, if you weigh 300 pounds and you're eating 1,200 calories, your body might say, whoa, wait a minute, you're not eating enough right now. I'm not losing any weight. So that's why sometimes that happens. There's other times, for instance, I helped Zoe a couple weeks ago with a girl who actually gained weight in her 11 days, and her belly got more bloated. She had like inflammation everywhere. Do I think she actually gained weight? No. I think she has a dairy intolerance. And I think as soon as she started inputting so much dairy into her system, her body was like, ah, I don't like this. So I need to reach out to her and just see. We switched her to dairy free. The company is very gracious when things like that happen. They are going to completely swap out products for someone that has an issue like that. And hopefully she's doing better. So what I like about Isagenix is that anybody can do it. It's very simple and easy to follow, but there are times that we have to tweak it for certain people because not everybody's going to respond the exact same as someone else. So I had Kendra increase her girl's calories, and it's still really low for her, but hopefully it helps her get her body moving. And we might have to increase her more as time goes on. Because I've had a lot of people in that 300-pound range where I had to start them out with more food because you take them too low and they just won't lose. You can't eat vegetables as your snack. Protein, protein, protein. And here's the other thing. You could be drastically losing inches and not losing pounds because you are gaining muscle. So it's like almost like your body's swapping things out. So that's why it's really important to measure. And I don't know if people get that when you say it. You know, we say it and you kind of have to repeat it because maybe the fourth or fifth time they finally hear you. But I know when Maria was in the middle of her journey, there was like a 6-week period where she lost absolutely no pounds on the scale, and she would call me up frustrated and upset, and it was 13 inches lost, not pounds. You know, so you can't think, oh, nothing's happening just because the scale isn't moving. And that's why we really have to focus on other non-scale victories, you know, and maybe.
And she is losing inches, and she did say that. I think it was just like, yeah, I mean, you know, I shared with you, like, I mean, she's in her 3rd month, and she started with a value pack. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, something isn't adding up here. And I know her water intake was not good the 1st month, and I was on her about that, and then it got a little bit better. So I think the meal plan you sent will help. I'm going to talk to her today and kind of walk her through that. So thank you for that. Because I mean, she hasn't given up is the thing. I mean, she has invested a lot in this program and she hasn't given up on it. So, you know, like good for her. She does reach out. I just think she still doesn't get it. I think just because of the stigma where it's like, if you want to lose weight, you need to eat less, because I've been telling her the same thing, you know, since she started, like, we need to increase. We do need to increase and increase your water, increase your food. And I don't know, I think she's getting it. And so she is increasing, but it's just not enough. So it's like every time that I've reached out to her, there's been like a little bit more, but it's still just not at the point where she's getting the results that she needs. But she isn't giving up. So
it's good. Well, she must feel better. You know, if you feel better, you have something to drive it. You know, if you're sleeping better and you're not as tired, like those things matter. But at the same time, I can understand the frustration.
Yeah.
I like to tell people too, like normal weight loss is 1 pound a week. We're real lucky with Isagenix when we get 10 to 15 to 20 pounds in their first 30 days, because that is not normal. And there's a podcast from a doctor that actually he started doing Isagenix to prove it wrong, because he thought there had to be something wrong with it. And he's like the only, I think, physician that we really have that builds the business now that way, because his client was losing weight so rapidly. And he was like, no, you can only lose 1 pound a week. You know, like what they tell you when you go to the doctor is terrible, right? So it's very discouraging. But technically she's doing, on a normal standard, she's doing well, you know.
Yeah.
For us to have the patience, everybody wants everything yesterday, you know, so we don't want to wait for it, and it has to happen right now. So hopefully we can get her moving, and that's why it's better to have something to follow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I appreciate that. I think if she has like not just me telling her again, like, you need to increase this, you need to increase that, here's your calorie guideline, but if she actually sees it. Yeah, I had somebody who just joined the 11-day shred who I've been talking to for a year, and she loves it. Oh my gosh, like she loves the system. She got a 30-day, and I messaged her yesterday, like, how are things going? She's like, well, so it's good, but I've only lost 10 pounds. I was like, it's been, gosh, I'm losing track of time now. Because when did we start this last 11-day shred?
Is this the
It's
one?
been a week and a half, right?
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
in it, and we start another one Monday.
Yeah. So I was like, it's when she messaged me, maybe it wasn't yesterday, it was a few days ago. I'm like, it's been like a week and a half. And you've only lost 10 pounds. She was like, yeah, okay, I guess you're right. Like, I just have a lot of weight to lose. But I'm like, 10 pounds is like, that's more than a pound a day.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But she loves it. Like, she's not mad. I'm just like, man, like, you gotta get some perspective here and celebrate this.
For
That's
sure.
amazing.
We need to be better about figuring out how to get people to celebrate stuff instead of being like, I
Right.
own you. And another thing that I caught people, like you talking about the water, I've caught people drinking like diet pop or even that Propel stuff because they're like, oh, it's kind of water, but it has artificial sweeteners in it and it literally won't let them lose weight. So there's a whole lot of garbage out there that people don't even realize are garbage. And my family gives me a hard time when I'm like, that's toxic, don't eat that. They're like, you're nuts. And I'm like, I'm being serious. Like, I try to keep my house as clean as possible and eat whole foods. Not to say that I never let them have anything fun, but you know, that the processed foods are just really what's killing our whole society. Like I have yet to find a bar like that would even remotely come close to what our bar is. Like
I have people who freak out about the amount of sugar in the bars. What's your take on that? Not people who are enrolled. They love everything. Like when people, I've had multiple people, especially like the fitness people, like a lot of fitness instructors where they'll see me eating my bar and be like, oh, what are you eating? And they'll compare and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so much sugar.
yeah,
But I'm like, I mean, it is, but like for me, I'm just like, I trust the science in this, that I've never even really like questioned it. Like if there's that much sugar in it, then it's there for a reason. But they like are immediately like appalled by the amount of sugar that's in.
so a fitness person, I would definitely show them the amped bar, not a meal replacement bar.
Right.
And they're eating things like, is it called One Bar? And then there's Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Artificial sweeteners are what are in those. Okay, so they're really super sweet, but they have low sugar because it's, it's like sucralose and stuff. So, so that like, I had a hard time understanding. I did a coaching call with Lindsay's, one of his guys, and he was like, I hate the Tri Release. It's disgusting. I'm not ever using it again. And he was
so good.
Yeah. You know why? Because he was used to using protein from GNC or something. They're so sweet. It almost makes me want to throw up because I got a sample and I was like, I'm going to try this just because I want to know what it tastes like in comparison to ours. And I almost couldn't drink it. It was so sweet. And it's not sweet with carbs or calories. It's sweet with artificial sweeteners that then tear up my stomach. So that's what they're used to because that's what they can buy quickly at the store. And it's just, that's why they don't understand sugar. They think if they eat sugar, they're going to gain weight. And I would be like, especially you, I would be like, do I look like, you know what I mean? Do I look bad? Because if I'm going to choose a bar, I'll be honest with you, I think the Berry Dairy Free has the best nutritional profile because it has a ton of fiber. So you can subtract the fiber from the carbs to make it appear a little less. Do I think our bars are a little higher? I do. And for a while I was using the AMP bars. But you have to remember, it's the same thing that's with our shake. So if you show them a regular meal replacement bar, you have to be like, no. This would be like eating a meal, and we don't use artificial flavors. That's what I would say. Or artificial sweeteners. So I still don't like the sugar alcohols for me personally. Like I can eat half of an amped bar and I'm kind of okay, but like if I eat a whole one, my stomach is just like, no way. So I actually like the regular meal replacement bars instead. And I don't ever eat half of one. Like, I think that's a terrible thing. I hate when I have to say that to people. I eat a whole stinking bar. So someone that needs to lose a lot of weight that weighs 300 pounds, they can have a whole bar as a snack. Seriously. And men especially can. Like, I don't know if you've read the Skidmore study, but they actually have us do 2 shakes, 2 snacks, a meal, and a bar before bed. A bar at bedtime. So that's proof right there that, yeah, we lose weight and maintain it over time eating more calories than the heart healthy diet. Yeah. So do I think the sugars are bad? I don't. Because we are taught that we need to stay away from fruit because there's too much sugar, and those sugars are good for us too, like in moderation. But I don't know. I used to live on fruits and vegetables mostly, and I never had a weight problem. So I think that there's something to that. But I'm with you, it comes along with the science. So if you run into those fitness people, because they are the hardest to talk to, I would show them the Amped bar instead of, just because it's going to be more comparable to one of those bars.
What do you know about Noom? Noom. It's advertising on TV and on Facebook. It's some kind of a re-education program that I mean, it sounds interesting, but I don't want to click on any of their links because I don't want my name to show up that I'm supporting it or whatever.
It's like online coaching, right? Isn't it like a personalized coaching program, is my understanding of it, I think.
I think there's some aspect of that.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a gal reach out when I was posting my workout pictures, and she was saying she was going to talk to me. And then when I got into a conversation with her, she's over 50 and menopause. She's bloated and stressed because of personal things going on in her life. And she said she's been doing Noom, but there were a lot of lessons and things that were kind of bogging her down. But she's happy to continue doing that. She's added Goli, that apple cider gummy, to her program. And she thinks our stuff has too much sugar. She's already addicted to sugar. And
not that kind of sugar. Like, who would be a good person to get on a 3-way call with her is Tayani. Because she was addicted to sugar and she no longer has that anymore from being on this program. People think that sugar, now granted, if you're addicted to like chocolate candy bars, yeah, that's bad, but your body needs sugar to function. Your brain needs. That's why I don't like keto.
Well, so she ended up saying she was gonna, because she just added this Goli, which is advertised on TV as a miracle supplement, that she was gonna do this a while, and because she didn't want to add one more thing. And I'm like,
that is not going to change a thing. Besides, it might help with her digestion. I mean, she's not going to miraculously drop like 100 pounds because she took this apple cider vinegar gummy.
And this gal probably needs to lose 30 by my guess, by her appearance. That's all the more she needs. I mean, she looks now like I looked when I started, just bloated and thick through the middle.
Inflammation.
And so that's where she's at. And so she says she doesn't want to add one more thing. And I'm like, Isagenix is the thing. You don't have to do all these extra layers that you go here and get this and there and get that and patch it all together and hope it works. Mm-hmm. But, you can only make inroads to a point, and then you have to let them kind of circle back, I guess.
Right. I mean, I would definitely say, like, I would have a conversation with her and say, the sugars in our program are natural sugars that your body needs. It's still very low calorie. It's still very low carbohydrates. Like if you do a system exactly like it says, it's like 80 net carbs for the day. So that's super low. And it's exactly the nutrition your body needs. So your body responds and the inflammation goes away. Like you need to talk about toxicity and things like that, because I think she just doesn't understand, it's not necessarily a quick fix. It's something that, I mean, she should be able to see from your pictures. Did you send your before and after to her?
I've been friends with her for, a year or more. I think she has seen those.
Well, I would still send them. Don't assume.
Mhm.
People don't see your stuff. And I was talking to Ann the other day, and she had a customer that she had talked to for an hour, has tons of health issues, and he wasn't going to do the system. And she was like, I'm going to send him all these before and after pictures and be like, you can't put a money amount on your health, but do what you want. And he was like, okay, sign me up. And I said, I probably just would have been like, okay, fine. When they came back to me after I talked to him for an hour, I would have been like, all right, seriously, like, I guess this one's done. But I think we have to be creative and keep going. That's how Ann enrolls so many people, is because she doesn't stop with I'm not interested, it's too expensive. After, she's had all these conversations, she keeps going. I should probably have her get on a call with us and, talk about how she does what she does, because I learn from her every day. And I was just like, that's a really good idea, because he sat and told her how miserable he felt and how much he needs help with his health. And then he was like, it's too expensive. Well, aren't your medical bills expensive too? So don't you want to feel better? Those kind of things. So I would find some. Has she watched videos for you?
I couldn't get her to.
Okay.
I wanted to, how did I do that? I added her to HHP. And is it true that when somebody accepts the invite now that the video like comes up and plays?
I don't know.
I thought I heard that from somebody, and I was kind of surprised, because I thought, well, if they're gonna autoplay the video when somebody goes on there, then I don't want to be sending it the very same thing to them. So
Which video? The one that's at the top of the page?
I think so. That was the impression that I got.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kendra, do you know Tammy Laubacher? No?
Must be making a shake.
No, I don't think so. Who is it?
Well, I was thinking that I saw that you were a mutual friend. She's a massage therapist.
Is it Tammmy?
No, I think it's Tammie.
Laubacher?
Yeah, Laubacher.
Let me see. No? I found her, but
Oh, I'll
Oh,
have to go
Kendra
back.
Alexander. Kendra Alexander's friends with her.
Oh. Okay,
Under Lindsay. She's under Lindsay.
got it. Is Lindsay able, well, so I had connected with Tammy back, at the beginning of the virus thing. Somehow, I don't know if I saw a post or somebody tagged me in her post, but she was making face masks. And I was, looking around for patterns. And so we started connecting on the face mask issue or topic. And it was only the other day when she liked my post about cookies and cream that I thought, well, that's interesting. So I thought, why would she like that unless either she was a prospect or already a user? And anyway, I thought, so I circled back. I thought maybe, who is she in another arena other than being a sewer? So anyway, turns out she's a cancer survivor. And so we were connecting on the fact that we share an oncologist, and we were comparing stories and that whole thing. So I feel like I'm, you know, potentially getting close to her being a prospect, and I'm wondering if I'm stepping on someone else's relationship.
No, I would say go for it. If you're building a relationship with her and you know that comes up, go for it, because Kendra's not really working the business right now anyway, so go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That happened with Bree and I all the time, because like we had so many mutual friends like going to church together and stuff. So like a lot of times, like, I mean, obviously like in this case it doesn't matter because Lindsay's already said like she's not building it, but I would just ask Bree like, hey, are you like is this one of yours?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. That's cool. Like, you know, or like I would tell, like, if honestly, sometimes I would just say to her, like, hey, like, I'm connecting with this person, because I would see, like, they tend to be connecting, like, hey, I've been reaching out to her. And she'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, just, you know, I mean, we're all a team here, right? So it's like, even though
Yeah.
we all have one, yes, we want the financial perks, but, you know, we're doing it for the greater good. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong here with just, like, coming right out and being like, are you cool with this? Or, you know.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm taking what Lindsay's saying is kind of a go-ahead. But I had an experience with someone else that I had met through networking, and I thought I was building a relationship, added her to HHP, and she must have been too maybe she didn't know how to be direct, and I didn't know that she knew anyone else. So here she turns up enrolled with Dana, and you know, she's promoting to consultant and all this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling like such a fool here.
If you
Thinking
added
I was
HHP, then I feel like Dana should have probably realized that she was already in HHP added by you. So that's where Dana should have came to you and said, hey.
Yeah, I you know.
Realize, but she's doing a lot of networking groups up in Canton too. So I don't know if that's crossing over into what you're doing.
Well, I have seen her at a few things, and I know that I was at a networking thing where Dana was and this gal was, but I thought I had connected with this gal prior to that event. I mean, I was inviting her to other networking groups that I was going to, and she was coming, and I, you know, so I thought I was just kind of surprised, and so I certainly am, you know, I'm happy that she's doing the program and all, but now I'm like, man, I wish I just felt like I should have been more tuned in to what was going on and backed off if she had a relationship with Dana. But anyway, so it's all cool. But that happened, and I was sad because here I am trying to build consultants, and anyway.
I was just gonna say, if you feel better, just send Kendra a message and say, hey, like, I see this is a mutual friend. Have you tried to prospect her before? And I'm pretty sure Kendra will either say no, or, you know, it was a past thing, go for it. But if that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
It just takes Kendra a really long time to answer.
I can do her cell phone. She texts way better than she does Messenger.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean,
Okay.
I mean, technically, I mean, I try to be really aware of the same thing, like, but I don't know. I feel like if someone's already added to HHP if you can't add them. So I always look. I can tell who people are added by.
Right,
So if I
right.
can have the conversation because they're added by someone else, I will. I mean, it is the customer's choice always,
Oh, yeah.
but if you, um, I don't know, there's not a whole lot I can do about it now, but in the future, I mean, since you are going to the same places, if you notice that again, I would just talk to Dana. 'Cause I don't think she would be hard to deal with.
No, I mean, nobody's going anywhere now. And I'm not seeing her in the Zooms that I've gone to. I don't go to all of them. Um, so,
Okay. Alrighty.
cool.
One other thing, it's not a question, but just something I know the START training that has been shared that was super awesome and like has been in Synergy. So I've only watched like the first two people or the first two speakers, but the second one, have you guys watched it yet? No? So the second one I sent to everybody under me who has been asking about sharing, because it was the same girl who just did the training on building consultants, and I can't remember her name now, but her training was basically all about how she built her business via text. And I know ideally it's like we want to get on the phone, we want to get people on the phone, but again, as time continues to evolve, like it's harder to get people on the phone. People are more wary. Not everybody, but I feel like I've had a lot more customers that have been wary when I'm trying to get them on the phone, and then they kind of just, when they were super interested, then they just stop responding. She had amazing verbiage and visuals that she uses for getting people enrolled on the text, and it lays out the price in an amazing way. So, and it's at 40 minutes. So I mean, like the whole training, I know is super long. It's like a couple hours. But if you go to the 40-minute mark, hers is just a 20-minute training. But I literally messaged everybody under me who's interested in sharing and said, I know this is a long training. If you can't watch all of it, go to minute 40 and watch that 20-minute segment, because it is just a great way to reach out to people, especially those who will not get on the phone, or people who are afraid. You know, if you have new people that are like, I'm scared to try to get people on the phone. Okay, then start here.
Or my problem is people want to meet me in person. I can't. Like, I feel like I'm running from the time I wake up in the morning until I literally finally hit the bed at like whatever time I get there. Between my son playing travel baseball, I just found out my daughter's cheer coach is quitting. So guess who's the new varsity cheer coach? That would be me. So like, and everything's a mess. So I have to kind of fix it because she did kind of an awful job. We have no money. I have to do fundraisers. Like, it's a lot. I have to do tryouts. Like, I'm like, okay. So I do not have time to physically go sit at a coffee shop for an hour or two to talk to somebody. Like, I just can't. So I can either do the phone or I can do text for sure. But
Would you use Zoom?
I try, but people that don't normally use Zoom, I mean, it's better now that people are due to quarantine and everybody had to learn how to do Zoom. It's better now, but people are really funny about it. I don't know. So as much as I like to be one-on-one with people, that is my jam. I love it. I don't physically have the time. Like, I just don't. So via text would be the best way for me.
But I don't have phone numbers for people. You know, when I connect with them on Facebook and we message back and forth, somehow getting a phone number never comes up, and it feels odd asking for it.
You could give yours. I would say, here's my number. You know, if you ever reach me,
Right.
you could swap information. I mean, it's just like normal networking that way.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you either. Like, my networking group has gone to nothing. Like, people don't show up. I mean, normally we have 35 to 40 people. We have 17 that showed up on Thursday.
Oh yeah, it's like 4, 5, 6 people, 7 at the most.
Right. Yeah, it's bad. And what I don't like about it, like nobody missed when we were like in person. So ours didn't, it's not like penalizing you for not showing up. So no, that's why they don't feel like they have to come. But I feel guilty when I don't go. And I've only missed 2 times because I had to drive to baseball during it. But I mean, I could have been on the phone, but
Yeah.
I just
I mean, I find that I'm kind of, I don't want to be back on the road driving an hour to get to a networking thing anymore.
Mm-mm. I
And
decided
I'm,
that if we go back to in person, I'm quitting. Because I can't. I'm with you. Like I have too much going on, and I'm only good till like I have to pay every year, and I pay a lot of money to be in BNI. I pay $500 a year. It's a lot, and I'm not saying it didn't benefit me. It benefited me other ways. I did make money as far as enrolling people, and I do have customers that order, and they do order because they see me a lot of times. Like they see me at the meeting, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I need to order my isogenic stuff," you know. So that has been good, but otherwise I'm just like I need to figure out other ways to network, and I'm kind of trying to use baseball and cheerleading and things like that to be my network, you know,
right.
right now, because that's where I'm at. And I have a ton of new people to talk to really because I'm at baseball, though I feel like people, yes, we go and we sit 6 feet apart. And I'm not saying people don't talk to me. Like I'm still in the process of them getting to know me, but a lot of people are kind of like still like kind of like quarantine. Like I'm not going to get too close to you, and I'm not going to have a conversation with you, you know, whatever. So it's a little sticky, a little bit, even in that situation.
Mhm.
Maybe not.
Like when it goes to getting people's phone numbers, like I don't know what works for everybody else, but like for me, so when people are asking for information, I just come back and say like, oh, okay, great. I'm gonna send you this super quick video. It has a lot of great information, helped me a lot. And then let's set up a time where, and I always emphasize quickly, let's set up a time where we can quickly connect. I can give you a quick call so I can answer, any questions you have, and I can ask you a couple questions so I can better help you, and we'll just, get it done really fast on the phone. And sometimes then, like I get people that's like with the texting nowadays, like sometimes people then just don't answer with that. Or it'll take a few days for them to get back to me. But a lot of times then they are just like, oh, okay, great. And then if I don't have their number, then that just kind of leads into the natural, okay, great, what's your number?
Right. Sarah, do you know if we're going to get more plant-based shake?
I don't know about
things?
shake. I know we have plant-based products coming at Celebration. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I seem to have run into a string of people that want or need plant-based, and I'm not, I gave this one gal samples and no, she's not interested.
So plant-based is tricky.
Uh-huh.
They are the best plant-based shake, I think, on the market as far as taste and that kind of stuff. However, I think if you're going to give someone a sample, you need to make it for them. And I have to add, so I feel like they were better before we had a little bit of time where it was like out of stock. And they couldn't get the quality product that they wanted. So they were sending trucks of the pea protein, I think, back because they just weren't the quality that they wanted for the shake. And then when they finally brought them back, it still, to me, is not the same as it once was. But that being said, my husband has to drink dairy free. So I add some kind of fat to his shake, whether it's an avocado, coconut oil, MCT. It makes it more creamy and it makes it taste a little better than it would. Sometimes I add a little bit of stevia. The strawberry is more sweet than the chocolate, and we just don't drink the vanilla chai at all because he does not like that one, and he's not real picky. But I used to really like the vanilla chai until, like I said, we had that run out phase, and then when they brought it back, it just was never the same. So,
and somehow I got a whole box from somebody, and I'm like sitting on this box of vanilla chai I would love for somebody to take. And you're not my candidate, I'm hearing.
no, I have a bunch of it that sometimes I throw it in there and I try to turn it into something else for him, or it isn't bad if I make pancakes or something.
Yeah.
But no, we don't like that one. So anyway, you definitely have to make it for the person. Now, that being said, I think the strawberry is really good if you just shake it. So I think you just need to keep talking to him about it. Don't just be like, oh, she's not interested. What was wrong with the shake? Tell me about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ask more questions. Anything else? No? Well, thank you guys for showing up. I might do a picture real quick. I don't know if I can do this without looking like I'm doing it. Smile. Nope, that just looks bad. Sorry. I have to learn how to take pictures. My daughter bought a camera to do her senior pictures, and we're gonna do them. A lot of it is we want to learn how to do. I need her to help me with pictures for my Facebook and pictures for my social media, and she's interested in that, and she is like wanting to learn how to do, like, what do you call it? Editing. I don't know. Whatever. Just do it for me. So hopefully I'll have better pictures soon.
Well, I think your pictures are great.
Oh, well, thank you. I just kind of do it in the moment.